right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Caught on camera, mayhem outside a popular MetroLink station.
All these people just running away from the MetroLink.
A teen shot 1 week after a woman was murdered. Tonight, neighbors question if safety has left the station.
Stormy pattern returns. Less than 24 hours until another round of storms rolls across the region. When and where the strongest storms will be.
In the red, another dismal start to the Cardinals season with losses piling up on and off the field.
The cost of everything has gone up, and they're not going to come down here and spend money if they don't have a team to really get excited about.
More on the Redbird Blues later. First, a warm night for Cardinals fans at Busch Stadium. The skies are quiet right now, but that could all change 24 hours from now. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson.
And I'm Mike Bush. Just hours ago, some storms moved through south of St. Louis. However, there's a bigger threat of severe weather tomorrow. Tuesday is a storm alert day. Chief Meteorologist Scott Connell joins us now with the latest Weather First forecast.
Yeah, we are going to be tracking these storms here tomorrow evening. About this time, they'll be approaching St. Louis. So we have the alert for tomorrow because of the strong storms. Tuesday after 8 p.m. Could have some gusty winds. There could be some large hail. There's also a tornado risk with this. And of course, nothing happening around St. Louis right now. It's quiet, and it'll stay that way overnight tonight. The action's up in Iowa, back into Nebraska and Colorado. It is eventually that system that will pull on to the east, grab those jet stream winds, and create a lot of thunderstorms tomorrow evening. So at about 6 o'clock tomorrow night, from Kirksville to west of Columbia, we'll be tracking that line of storms. It comes into our western counties around 8 o'clock tomorrow night, pushes towards St. Louis. Some of the stronger storms certainly capable of producing hail and winds in excess of 60 miles per hour. And then they press east and southeast of St. Louis from about midnight until 1 o'clock, moving out of the area shortly thereafter. The severe threat, right now it's a level 2 for St. Louis. This will be reevaluated overnight by the Storm Prediction Center and updated early tomorrow morning. Of course, we'll track these storms that we expect to develop tomorrow, but tomorrow's not the only threat this week. We'll see you in a few minutes and talk more about that, Mike.
And when we do go into storm alert, the Weather First team will constantly update the forecast on air on KSDK.com, the 5 on your side app, and streaming on 5 Plus. You can also text the word weather to 314-425-5355, and we'll send the latest forecast to your phone.
Tonight, police are searching for 2 suspects in a shooting at a St. Louis MetroLink station. The violence was caught on camera Saturday at the station near DeBolivar and Forest Park Parkway. Annie Kroll is live tonight outside St. Louis Police Headquarters after speaking to a witness. Annie.
A fist fight that ended in a 17-year-old girl being shot at the MetroLink station. We're about to show you video of that fight, and I will warn you, it might be tough for some people to watch. Surveillance video at the Forest Park DeBolivar station shows a fight Saturday night between 2 girls. A man pulls out a gun, hands it to one of the girls, then takes it back to open fire again on the 17-year-old, eventually hit in the arm. Barbara Rodriguez lives in a Pershing Avenue apartment and was driving by right before 8 p.m.
I just hear these screams, like this girl screaming, like really, like traumatically screaming. And then I look and I see this girl on the ground and she's bleeding profusely from her arm.
A traveling nurse at a children's hospital, Rodriguez thought about getting out to help, but she saw a police officer already putting what looked like a tourniquet on the unidentified girl.
I mean, if I was working that night, she could have just been my patient that night, you know, or gone to the ER at the children's hospital. And, you know, that's very, very difficult to try to wrap my brain around because they're so young.
Young faces of suspects now posted on the wall next to the station. MetroLink rider Betty Douglas feels like she keeps hitting a wall again and again when talking about gun violence, especially after 19-year-old Jordan Gunn was shot and killed at that same station last Saturday.
The people that got shot up here, they will never get to go home. They won't have families. They won't have, you know, to live a decent life. And it's not worth it. We've got to slow it down. We've got to put these guns up. And if you got a beef with a person, fight. That's what we used to do. We'll fight and be friends the next minute.
Rodriguez now not planning to renew her lease after 2 violent weekends, despite loving the location.
So it's so convenient. And then I went to a Blues game, and it literally is right there. The MetroLink is so convenient. Now I won't go that way anymore.
We've repeatedly reached out to MetroLink about these recent shootings and have been directed back to the May 11th statement that says, in part, Metro Transit Public Safety stands steadfast in its commitment to our community's safety. Anyone with information about this shooting is asked to contact police. Reporting live in St. Louis, Annie Kroll, 5 on your side.
And tonight, St. Louis police are looking for 4 people connected to a deadly weekend shooting in Midtown St. Louis. A 19-year-old was shot and killed near Olive and Compton, where hundreds gathered on a parking lot Saturday night. 3 others were hurt by gunfire. Police say they responded to the same area just 2 weeks ago, where a large crowd gathered and caused a disturbance. The St. Louis City Office of Violence Prevention is hoping to prevent another summer of youth crime.
We started doing more youth events around the city, so we're going to continue with those. We're also looking at extending the hours of the rec centers again. So it's a mixture of things we did last summer, but also some additional things we'll be doing this summer.
The Office of Violence Prevention is also hosting a kickback event on June 15th to connect resources to family. Police are still looking for details on this shooting, though. If you have any information, you're asked to call Crime Stoppers anonymously at 866-371-TIPS. Well, tonight the Cardinals are celebrating the release of their new all-red City Connect jerseys. This season, though, there haven't been many Redbird winners to celebrate. And when the Cards lose, local vendors and stores outside Busch Stadium do too.
Laura Barcheski is live outside Busch Stadium tonight with the pain those small business owners are feeling in their pocketbooks yet again, Laura.
Mike and Kelly, to quote the great Yogi Berra, it's like deja vu all over again. Even though the season just nearly started, businesses say they're already seeing a drop in sales, and they say the fans just really aren't showing up like they used to.
Baseball season is in full swing in the Lou. On Monday, the Cardinals officially released their new City Connect uniforms.
That came from a great song from Nelly, Country Grammar, and he's from the Lou and he's proud. So we thought, what better name to put on there than the Lou?
The team also recognized local hip-hop producer Metro Boomin. But business is not necessarily booming for local vendors and stores around the stadium.
It's really tough because you can just hear it with what they're saying in line. I can hear them, and they're not happy.
Karen Boschert owns Kay's Unique Dogs. You'll see her hot dog stands near 8th and Walnut and 8th and Spruce. She used to be one of 40 street vendors around Busch Stadium, but now she's one of about 10.
Well, I've been here for a long time, and I have 2 corners, and I might give up one of my corners if I don't start making some money, because I don't want to lose like I did last year. And I don't want to do that because I love being the hot dog lady. I love being down here, but it's a lot of work, and when you're not having fans down here.
Last year, she lost $40,000 because people weren't coming to the games.
They both have to make a certain amount in order to stay open so that I can get paid and everybody else can get paid. So we got to get the people down here.
Another vendor selling other ballpark staples like peanuts and pretzels says while it can be tough, they're just happy they're able to have a spot on the coveted Cardinals sidewalks. Around the corner, brick-and-mortar clothing store Arch Apparel recently closed 2 stores but kept the one in Ballpark Village.
Just doing the best, of course, because we're literally touching the stadium. So, you know, we have a lot of players come support us as well, too. So that's why we kept this location.
But even losing games affects them, too.
Hopefully, like I said, we have a great season and it booms again. But we definitely appreciate the support from the city.
Karen says to be in a comfortable place, she has to sell about 400 hot dogs per game. Tonight, she only sold 200. She says this upcoming Memorial Day weekend will be a good barometer for how the season's going to go, and she really hopes that the travelers return to the Lou. Reporting live downtown, Laura Barcheski, 5 on your side.
Thank you, Laura. Well, the trash may be piling up in some St. Louis neighborhoods. The city's street department confirms to 5 on your side, a number of drivers called in sick today, causing more delays to trash collection. Residents are asked to leave their carts at the curb until they are emptied. The city says it's working with the union to address concerns of its employees. Memorial Day is 1 week from today. It's a day to pause and remember those who died while serving our country.
Hundreds of motorcycle riders are currently on a cross-country trip to honor the memory of all veterans. And tonight, they're making a pit stop in Wentzville. Our Robert Townsend takes us there.
On a sunny, picture-perfect Monday, more than 200 motorcyclists rolled into Wentzville from Columbia for a cool cross-country mission.
I want to honor those who didn't make it home from Vietnam.
They gathered at this VFW post for the evening. This week, the men and women are preparing for their 37th Run for the Wall, Tuesday's annual cross-country motorcycle ride to the Vietnam Wall in Washington, D.C., honors the memory of all veterans.
A lot of these guys were forgotten when they came home.
John Mooney from O'Fallon, Illinois, served 27 years in the Air Force. The Vietnam veteran is excited to mark his first Run for the Wall adventure.
We're going to go to Jefferson Barracks Cemetery down in St. Louis. Then we're meeting the rest of this group in Mount Vernon.
Organizers say Run for the Wall is also a chance for them to promote healing among all veterans and their loved ones. And remember, prisoners of war and those missing in action.
The people behind this wonderful event start planning it way back in January, and for everyone involved, it touches them in a unique way.
It is emotional.
VFW Post Commander and Vietnam veteran Ron Owens admits each year the event brings him to tears.
A lot of members that I've run across, lost their brothers, lost their friends. Vietnam was brutal.
A time to salute and celebrate our past and present soldiers, true heroes like 91-year-old Jim Price from St. Charles.
I'm glad they're doing it every year.
The Korean War veteran can't wait to see these guys off come Tuesday morning.
I love them. I wish I could, like I said, I wish I could ride with them. It's wonderful.
Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
The motorcyclists expect to arrive in D.C. on Sunday. The annual Folds of Honor campaign, sponsored by Schnucks, is now underway. From now until May 28th, you can round up at the register. Money raised goes towards scholarships for spouses and children of fallen and wounded service members and first responders. 5 on Your Side is a proud partner.
It can happen in a flash, trapped in a car surrounded by flooding. Tonight, our Verify team has life-saving advice to keep your head above water. Compliments to the cicada chef.
Insects are great to eat. They're high in protein.
The local cooking lessons using a pesky but plentiful ingredient to make some grub.
Severe threats after dark Tuesday and again on Wednesday for some of us. And that threat may stick around into the Memorial Day weekend. We'll see you in 7 minutes.